hold each other, if we held each other accountable, I do believe black women would have no choice but to follow suit. And the way we do that, we we got to stop cleaning up after each other. And that means if a woman has a child by another man, leave her alone. Hands off.
Ooh.
Let that man, the one she chose, raise that child. And I think when men stop playing stepdad to another man's legacy, two things is going to happen. Women become more intentional about who they sleep with, and who they let get them pregnant. And then men are forced to show up because there's no one else there to do it for them. And no, it's not hate or anything like that. Or I'm pushing and I don't like our people. It's just establishing some type of order. Stop rewarding recklessness. And I think a lot of us men are doing it. We don't like to talk about it, but I don't care. I'm going to talk about it. But we got to let consequences teach what comfort never will. So if you didn't create the child, you're not responsible for the cleanup. Hold the man responsible and let that woman sit with the choices she made. And I think only then will the culture, will the community start to shift. Until then, we're just enabling and calling it love. But this is a hard choice to make. But I think if we start doing this, it's going to cause a huge paradigm shift.
What?
So
yeah. So basically, what he's saying is he's just saying that if you, yeah, there. I mean, he's okay. Look, guys, this opinion is not some brand new theory. It's not some groundbreaking, theoretical system that they're trying to figure out if it works or not. People have been saying this for a while. If you don't have a kid by a woman, then let the man that has that gave her the kid be responsible for it. Now, am I saying that? No, I don't necessarily. I'm not picking a side on this debate either one way or the other. All I'm doing is framing the argument. So that's what I just want you guys to just take that into account. I'm framing the argument, but at the same time, if somebody says something that's crazy or egregious, hint hint, then it's probably it's probably gonna that's what I'm gonna be reacting to. But like I said, we playing hardball.
The solution is basically manipulation. We are going to not listen to anything women have to say about what they need in order to feel safe with men, in order to actually be in these relationships and be healthy and happy. The answer that I just heard is to manipulate and to back women into a corner, because there could be many different reasons a woman has a baby by a man and is not with him anymore. So you're basically disciplining women into only having babies by the men that they are married to. Also, not letting that man.
What the French toast are we talking about here? See? And this is what I'm talking about with people. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about when people make these stupid arguments. Like, what? What do you mean disciplining women and backing them in a corner to being with someone that having a child that they're married to? Look, I get it. There are circumstances in which two people should not be romantically together or living together, cohabitating together. I get that, and I understand that. But you should not be actively, recklessly creating kids with somebody that, one, you wouldn't be willing to start a family with, and two, How is it manipulation by having you face the consequences of your own actions? This is what I mean when I say that women cannot take accountability. It's kryptonite to them. And it's not all women, of course. Not all. It's not all women, of course. But it is in general. All that he said, everything that he said, and all she got out of it was that men want to manipulate women. So men are manipulating women to open up their legs and have sexual intercourse and give a man access to their womb, which then creates a child, and then saying that, oh, well, if you're gonna create a child with that man, then maybe you should consider raising that kid with that man instead of trying to get somebody else to pick up the pieces because you make irresponsible choices in partners, which by demonstration of history, women do. That's a fact. Yeah, we know that women keep kids from dudes. We know that. We know that women interfere and they sabotage the relationship between children and their father. We know that. We know that they're bitter baby mamas. But guess what? That's not everything. There are deadbeat dads too. And guess what? He didn't just become a deadbeat after y'all had the kid. There were signs, and you chose to ignore them because you enjoy getting bust down. That's the truth. That's the truth. The D was good. You was caught up. You was in your feelings. But then you didn't take any grievance of the person that you were looking over. And now, all of a sudden, when the dude that you wanted left you and is not stepping up to the plate, now you want to go and get your second choice. Get your beta male orbiters. That's what shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. Beta male orbiters. Now you want to get them, and you want them to step up. And it ain't your first choice. Hard pill to swallow, man. It's a hard pill to swallow. But I'm telling you, that's insane. That's insane that all she got from that, all she got was just that men are manipulating women. That's crazy.
And die on them or divorce them or leave. Like, men, y'all have such a rigid view of how things happen. You try to put every single thing in a box, and humanity does not fit in a box. Your solution just now is literally manipulation, and you cannot manipulate a woman being left with children. Be it
You don't have to have sex and have the children. This is what people always want to leave out of that equation. You don't have to have sex. Yes, it is a pleasurable experience, lovely experience. But you're not going to die. Your life will not end. You will not fade to dust. You will not dematerialize if you do not engage. You are not a succubus. Come on. Stop it. Get some help.
whatever situation. Not necessarily she did something irresponsible to have that happen. There's nothing irresponsible about a woman being married, having a baby, and getting divorced or being a widow. Like,
actually, technically, given the stats that show that women initiate a majority of the divorces, one, it is their fault because the stats show that they're home wreckers. Two, why do people always have to resort to an extreme example in order to illustrate their point? Being a widow is an extreme example. Nobody would. That, of course, that doesn't apply to the situation that he's referring to. We're talking about these people that are just reckless. 4 baby daddies. 3 baby daddies, 5 baby daddies. Come on. 2 is a lot, but 3? Come on. 4?
we have to be for real right now. We have to come up with actual solutions, because
our actual solution is for y'all to vet better and be more selective with who y'all open y'all womb to. That's the solution at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm not I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend like people are not gonna engage and I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend like people are not gonna engage in sexual intercourse. It's gonna happen. That whole close your legs and all that kind of stuff. Yes, in the ideal world, that's what it would be. But people are going to have sex. That just is what it is. Now, you need to be responsible. You need to be accountable. Disciplined. I don't know how else to say it. Women, you could try to avoid the accountability of it, but it's not manipulation by having you be accountable for your part of the action. He's not saying that dudes don't raise your look. This will be a manipulation, dude. You impregnate her and then you go off and then you leave her alone to raise your kid. That's not what the heck he's saying. And she knows that is. That's why these arguments are always so freaking because at the end of the day, all this man was saying was if you see a kid or a woman with a kid, let the dad deal with it. Don't start your own family. That's all he was saying. And whether you choose to agree with that or not, you know what I mean? There are people that believe that you should be a passport bro. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that whatever you choose to do, you should have the right to do it. And that's fair. That's all I'm saying, man. These arguments are so disingenuous. All she got was that from that was manipulation.